Ei, gente, tudo bem? Today we are going to take a look at the use of the subjunctive in adjective clauses, ok? Então, o subjuntivo em orações subordinadas adjetivas. So let's review what an adjective clause is. So take a look at this example here. Eu tenho um carro velho, ok? So I have an old car. Or, moro em uma cidade pequena. I live in a small town. Now, velho e pequena are adjectives, ok? Ou seja, that is, ok? So, velho e pequena são adjetivos, ou seja. So, velho e pequena are adjectives, or that is. They determine, specify, or explain a noun, ok? So, this is the definition of an adjective. Now, let's see what happens here. Observem agora. Eu tenho um carro que é velho. So what happened? Instead of saying I have an old car, you're going to say I have a car that is old. So that's why it's called an adjective clause, because it substitutes for the adjective. Instead of having just the adjective, now you have a clause. So you have que, and que takes the place of the adjective, right? If you just break these two sentences, you would have I have a car, the car is old. So instead of saying the car is old, I'm going to have these two sentences combined using the relative pronoun que. Okay, so I have a car that is old. I live in a city that is small. So this is why it's called an adjective clause, okay? Because it substitutes for an adjective, and it's a clause. It has a subject and the predicate. Now, when you have an adjective clause, you are going to have the option of using either the indicative or the subjunctive. So let's see when you're going to choose one or the other. So let's see here. Usamos o indicativo. Se a oração adjetiva se refere a uma coisa, pessoa ou lugar que existe ou é conhecido. So if the adjective clause refers to a thing, a person, or a place that exists or that is known. Okay, so then you are going to use the indicative. So, for example, moro em uma cidade que é pequena. So I live in a city that is small. So obviously the city exists because you live there, okay? So you're going to use the indicative. Moro em uma cidade que é pequena. Tenho uma irmã que gosta de viajar. So I have a sister who likes to travel. So your sister exists. So you're going to use the indicative. Tenho uma irmã que gosta de viajar. Okay? Now, let's see. Se a oração adjetiva se refere a uma coisa, pessoa ou lugar que não existe ou que não é conhecido, then you're going to use the subjunctive, okay? So if the adjective clause refers to a thing, person, or place that does not exist or that is not known, you have to use the subjunctive, okay? So look at the difference now. Quero morar em uma cidade que tenha 10.000 habitantes. So I want to live in a city that has 10,000 inhabitants. So you do not know if the city exists, okay? So that is why there is this implicit lack of knowledge, okay? So you want to, but you don't know if the city exists. So you have to use a subjunctive. Quero morar em uma cidade que tenha 10.000 habitantes. Não conheço ninguém que saiba falar 6 línguas. So I don't know anybody who knows how to speak 6 languages. So here you are stating that you don't know, you don't have the knowledge, okay? So não conheço ninguém. So it's already stated, it's negative. So you have to use the subjunctive. Não conheço ninguém que saiba falar 6 línguas. Há alguém aqui que goste de esperar em filas? Is there anybody here who likes to wait in lines? So when you're asking a question, again, every time you ask, it's because there is this implicit doubt. You don't know if something exists, so you lack the knowledge. That's why you're asking. So it has to be in the subjunctive. Há alguém aqui que goste de esperar em filas? So gostar is in the subjunctive, okay? So verbs that indicate uncertainty or lack of knowledge about the existence of something require the subjunctive. Some examples are the verb procurar. So every time you use procurar, it's because you don't know if this exists or not. Okay, so you're looking for something and you don't know if it exists or not. So you have to use the subjunctive. So look at the example. Eu procuro uma casa que tenha 3 banheiros. So you're looking for a house that has 3 bedrooms, but 3 bathrooms, but you don't know if it exists or not, ok? Preferir. A empresa prefere funcionários que sejam bilíngues. So the company prefers employees that are bilingual. So you don't know if you prefer these employees, but you lack the knowledge if these exist or not, okay? But they prefer that. You have to use the subjunctive. Nós queremos um carro que não use combustível fóssil. So we want a car that does not use fossil fuel. So you want it, but you don't know if it exists or not, if it's available or not. Okay? So you're going to use the subjunctive. Nós queremos um carro que não use combustível fóssil. Okay? So these verbs, whenever you see them, you have to use the subjunctive. Okay? So let's take a look at some sentences here where you have to pick one or the other. So, indicativo ou subjuntivo? Tem muitos navios que fazem ou façam escalas no Rio de Janeiro. So you look and you say, there are many ships that have stops in Rio. So you are stating the ships exist. So you don't have any doubt, you're not going to use the subjunctive. So the correct one would be the indicative. Tem muitos navios que fazem escalas no Rio de Janeiro. Não há nenhum hotel bom que fique perto do aeroporto. So there are no good hotels that are near the airport. So you are already stating this. You are stating the non-existence of, okay? So you have to use the subjunctive. It's negative. Não há nenhum hotel bom que fique perto do aeroporto. Há alguém aqui que, blá, 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 medo de avião. So remember, when you're asking, there is a doubt implied, so you're going to use the subjunctive. So is there anybody here who is afraid of airplanes? Então, há alguém aqui que tenha medo de avião? Não existe ninguém que, blá, 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 de ser maltratado. So there is no one who likes to be treated badly. So you are saying that there is nobody. So you're stating the non-existence of that, okay? So it's negative, you're going to use the subjunctive. Não existe ninguém que goste de ser maltratado. Preciso encontrar alguém que, blá, 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 me ajudar. I need to find someone who can help me. So remember that precisar is one of those verbs, okay? You don't know if this person is available or not. You lack that knowledge, so you have to use the subjunctive. Possa, okay? Somebody who can help me. Eu tenho alunos que, blá, 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 muito de português. I have students who like Portuguese very much. So I am stating the existence of. So you have to use the indicative, okay? The students exist. Então, tenho alunos que gostam muito de português. Há problemas. So you're stating the existence of problems. So what are you going to use? Indicative or subjunctive? Indicative, okay? Então, há problemas que são impossíveis de resolver. So there are some problems that are impossible to solve. Tem algum voo que, blá, 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 direto para Belo Horizonte? So, is there any flight that goes straight to Belo Horizonte? Are there any direct flights to Belo Horizonte? So, if you are asking, so there is doubt implied, you have to use subjunctive, okay? Tem algum voo que vá direto para Belo Horizonte? Eu quero um quarto que, blá, 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 ar-condicionado. I want a bedroom that has air conditioning. So you don't know, the verb querer is one of those verbs that will require the subjunctive because there is this doubt if it's available or not, if it exists or not. Eu quero um quarto que tenha ar-condicionado. Ele faz aulas que são muito I already gave you the answer. So ele faz aulas. So he takes classes that are very difficult. So you're stating that the person is taking classes, so the classes exist, no doubt you have to use the indicative. Ele faz aulas que são muito difíceis. Ele disse que quer uma mulher que, blá, 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 perfeita. So he said he wants a woman that is perfect. So this is what he wants, but he doesn't know if this woman exists or not. So you have a doubt, you're going to use the subjunctive. Ele disse que quer uma mulher que seja perfeita. Now, look at the other sentence. Ele disse que a mulher dele, blá, 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 perfeita. So, he said that his wife is perfect. So, the wife exists, so you have to use the indicative. Ele disse que a mulher dele é perfeita. Ele quer um homem, so you have the verb querer. She wants a man that does not smoke. So, the verb querer indicates doubt, lack of knowledge if this person exists or not, so you're going to use the subjunctive. Ela quer um homem que não fume. Eles não querem ninguém que, blá, 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 temperamental para este emprego. So they don't want anybody who is temperamental for this job, for this position. Então, eles não querem ninguém que seja negative, ok? And you have the verb querer. Ninguém que seja, subjuntivo. Meu aluno não veio porque ele, blá, 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 doente. Meu aluno não veio. So my student didn't come today because he is sick. So the student exists, indicative, ok? Meu aluno não veio porque ele está doente. Há alguém aqui que, blá, 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 ao filme brasileiro? So is there anybody here who is going to the Brazilian film? So you are asking, there is a doubt involved, subjunctive. Há alguém aqui que vá ao filme brasileiro? Eu prefiro ficar em um hotel que, blá, 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 piscina. So I prefer to stay in a hotel that has a swimming pool. So the verb preferir is one of those verbs that indicate doubt. You don't know if this hotel is available or not. Então, eu prefiro ficar em um hotel que tenha piscina. Ok? Obrigada, gente. Até a próxima. Tchau.